Here's 5 reasons why a professional musician would gravitate towards the PRS core models. Starting with number 1, these guitars are very robust and very well made. Now, I have heard mixed reviews of some PRS guitars, but in general, these are probably one of the most consistent brands out there. I'd put that along with Taylor guitars. You could pick one of these up off the wall and be able to gig it pretty much right away. The setups on them are generally ready to go out the box, and they are a wonderful bit of kit. Number 2, they are designed to work. A lot of musicians will gravitate towards them because the intonation is generally spot on and they're easy to intonate. This is a McCarthy model. I've had this guitar for a very long time, nearly 18 years. And this guitar has a wrap tail bridge, and it's already intonated really well, but I can adjust it slightly on these parts at the back. This guitar has always been a really solid intonated guitar. Number 3, tuning stability. These guitars are renowned for their tuning stability, and across the years they will have different iterations of tuning machine heads. This has the sort of Clousson style, vintage Gibson-y style tuners, and it's got this interesting nut, and it just sounds great. It always works, and its stability's been amazing over the years. Number 4 would be the tones. So this guitar, this is a McCarthy. McCarthy's designed to have a lot of the adornments almost like a signature model for a guitar maker. He was a guitar chief sort of master builder for Gibson in the glory days, the sort of late 50s. He'd also designed quite a range of great timeless kind of designs. Now this guitar here, it's got 2 humbucker pickups. The sounds on it from the pickups, even though this is an early 2000s guitar, all the notes ring with loads of clarity. Pull it all the way up in my amp, it'll break up a little bit. If I pull volume down a little bit, and I've still got all the treble that I want. Kind of rocks. In between sounds on these guitars are also really good. And this is in humbucker mode, so it's thick. It's also got a lot of the top end. And the bridge is got a lot of that kind of old school sound. The neck has a really nice balance. It's quite thick, it's quite wide, but the shoulders are quite nice on it. It lends towards kind of playing for performance. This is the kind of impact of the tone, so tone all the way off. Even though I can hear us adding the high end frequencies, there's still a nice clarity. Everything's there that I want to hear. Moving on to the other point about these guitars is they are really versatile. So this guitar here has the coil tap. So this is with the coil tap sort of, you know, on the neck. like a really nice thuddy. Okay, if I go to the middle, it's just fantastic. It's humming like it should. You know, it's got that single coil thing, and sounds really cool through this Fender Showman plugin that I'm using. So why else might you go for one of these guitars then? So they have a real simplicity to them, but the finish on them is really nice. Now the modern ones use nitrocellulose lacquer, which is known to really enhance the way the sound works. They do sound very positive, so most of the notes that you play make contact and sound really nice. They have an interesting scale length, so I'm used to Fenders and Gibsons. Fenders have a longer scale length and Gibsons have a shorter scale length. These are somewhere in the middle. They tend to have curves to make them ergonomic. So this guitar here has a belly carve here for, you know, one's belly, but it has a really nice violin carve here. You know, it kind of has the feel of like a Gibson or like a hollow body kind of thing, the way the body comes out here, like a violin, I guess. They tend to have some nice colours. They have some crazy colours as well. This looks kind of like an old sunburst, like a faded sunburst colour, like you'd get on those original kind of sunburst guitars. And the proportions are very nice. It's a very nice weight. So this guitar weighs just under £8. It's actually my heaviest guitar, believe it or not. But it's quite light still. You can throw it around all night. Things that I've had problems with, actually, I've not had anything other than wear and tear. The switches and the knobs and everything are still the same as they were stock. The pickups are still stock. The only things I've had to do is have a refret, because the guitar, I literally wore the frets out, which you know, is rare for some people to do that, but I did it in a couple of years, playing this quite a lot. One thing I would tell you about these guitars, and this is very cultural, they are they don't hold the value like Fenders and Gibsons do, and they don't hold their value if they get bashed up. It's one of those brands that don't do the relicing thing. They don't like the idea. It's just not a PRS thing to have a relic guitar, or a guitar that looks really old looking from the off. And as a result, I think if you do have bashes on the guitar, like mine has quite a few dings from touring, and I actually used this in the classroom a lot when I was a classroom teacher. This guitar has really taken a bashing in its time, and as a result is probably worth quite a lot less than it was when I initially bought it. And I think PRS guitars tend to sort of, they don't hold their value just, you know, quite as well as from new. So the residuals do drop. If you're the kind of person who moves guitars on a lot, then it might not be your best sort of financial bet. I've got a couple of PRSs. I had a few in my time. I've had a single cutaway version that had P90s, really nice guitar, but I replaced it with one of these, which is the real thing, a gold top. Do I regret losing the PRS version? No. It was a really good guitar, but I'm in love with the gold top. This guitar, I like I said at the beginning, I traded a Gibson for this. My first Gibson Les Paul. And at the time it made more sense because I could play this better, and I needed that for my dissertation at university. So nowadays that Gibson's worth more than this, so it wouldn't have been as good a sort of deal if we're to look at it from, you know, from that kind of perspective. But I really love this guitar, and we've gone a long way together, and I totally understand why professionals go for PRS guitars. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.